So I'm going to start with a couple stories. And this football will represent a couple things during my speech. But most importantly, this football is going to represent how you will deal and how you have dealt with the tragedies in your life, with the unpredictable things in life. All of us have had them. Today's message, I hope you'll take home with you, is about all of us dealing with these unique, unpredictable tragedies that either spur us on to greatness or take us down a path of bitterness, sadness, and a loss of soulfulness in our lives. So my speech is, that's pretty heavy-duty stuff, so we'll lighten it up a little bit now, but hi, Meg. Can you catch this? So that's what I'm trying to do. Good catch. And Meg has a great manicure, so I didn't want to hurt it. I tried to get her to take some pressure out of the ball so it wouldn't be so hard. Can you throw back? Yay. Think about the interactions. You had the energy executive from California talking about relationships. We've all heard the cliche about relationships. So every time we take this ball from someone else, we take their energy, whether it's good or bad, and what do we do with it? So we'll get back to this. Finally, the sense of power, which is energy. Isn't that what we're trying to do with our children? How many of you have children? Okay, so you are productive. And isn't it as models for our children 1,000 times past what we say, what we do? And the power we give our children, the sense that they have power. That's hope, that's direction, that's purpose, that's all those things in one. That's the end result. So energy and power, I think there's a consistent theme here. I've given you a little bit about me, just very different background. By the way, I think it's time. Randy, right? Randy's our great, let's give Randy a hand, our great photographer. How many of you recognize this? Everybody? The Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo did 130-odd reliefs over 17 years. By the way, many people thought he had ADD. I'm thinking if you can do 130 reliefs of that caliber over 17 years, you probably knew how to focus, even though some people thought he had ADD. And you also knew how to bring passion to your life. And this is the seminal piece because it's literally God giving power or life to man in that moment. And as you look at this, it's not obvious, except it's a very strange, look how strange that shape is behind what he represents as God or the higher power. But if you begin to step back, it's the pituitary gland that's sticking out there like a leg. It's the spinal cord that's streaming there. It's the human brain. And so, much like the Da Vinci Code, Michelangelo was gently suggesting that God or our life is not just about living, not just about spirit, but it's also the mind. I'm going to use this word God, but the mind of an eternal, unlimited energy, unlimited capacity and creativity. You're a director. How are you? Nice to meet you. So I just think that's really a lot of this is where do we draw our power, and do we forget at times during those times of great tragedy? Are you married? Yeah. Tell your husband you caught a football today. Okay. What do we do with what do we use this for? And in my work with kids that have been bullied, those scars last forever. They never forget it, no matter how much therapy they go through. Native American kids that go through drug abuse and incest. But if you tell them and help them to live out through art, through creativity, the part of their brain that's infinite, they'll keep finding lessons to take them to a better place. Take them to the creative place where even though they've been sexually abused and horrendously verbally abused in their lives, and they've thought that's who they are, they can find a bridge and transcend to somewhere else. Does that make sense? And that's what we all have to do.